FS got your mentor, guys, and we back again. Hope you guys are feeling well in 2025. Prop firms are literally the easiest ways to make money from home. If you want to spend as little as $32 or $500 to buy funded accounts from 6,000 to 200,000, guys, to be able to actually fund 15,000 personal accounts or use that money whichever way that you want, then this is the video that you need to watch. I've been trading for more than 6 years now, and I did not start my life like this, guys. Today I stay in a very beautiful mansion, and I also have an amazing office, and this was all possible because of trading. If this sounds like anything that is interesting to you guys, then you need to watch this video up until the end. Capital problem is the problem of the past, guys. In today's age, there's actually been loads of development that makes sure that as a trader, if you really want to be successful, the only thing that you need is your skill. You can be able to get funded as high as 300,000 in order for you to trade and maximize with prop firms, guys. I'm obviously talking about FundedNext, guys, which is one of the prop firms that I'll be talking about today. As guys can see right here on my screen, guys, I've actually been analyzing gold. I've actually also spotted one of the most important zones and one of the most important key levels that you need to understand as a trader. Before this video ends, guys, I'll make sure that I'm going to start my analysis from scratch so that I'm able to understand when are the sellers coming in and when are the buyers coming in, guys. Either the market will retest like already it has in the past from this particular area, go back towards the downside to just collect enough liquidity or collect enough volume to continue and break above and actually make a new all-time high. I want to tell you something very important when it comes to trading, guys. We do not predict the market, we only anticipate. We wait for the market to lead us, and that is when we follow the direction of the market. Okay, guys, if you did or did not know what prop firms are similar companies which gives you phase 1 and phase 2 to pass in order for you to get funded. There's also packages whereby you only pass phase 1, get funded, or lastly get instant funding. I will tell you which one I prefer and which one I use to change my life and how you can do the same for you. Right here, guys, on the chart, I have a diagram and I'm going to explain a formula on how you can be able to actually fund 15,000 USD to your personal account or to actually better your own life. You need to first buy a challenge. Either you buy a $6,000 account or 200k USD challenge. It just depends on where you are currently in life and how much resources do you have and skill in your disposal, right? Buy a challenge plus phase 1, which is only 10% profit. You need to only achieve 10% profit, which is an industry standard, guys. This means most prop firms, you only need to reach 10% in order for you to move to phase 2. And secondly, you need to reach 5% in order for you to get funded. And this is the standard 2-phase challenge. When it comes to FundedNext, guys, which is something that I really love, FundedNext actually only requires 8% in order for you to pass phase 1, which is one of the reasons why I love FundedNext, guys. Based on where I am in life right now, guys, I'll be explaining in terms of the $100 challenge, because this is mostly the challenges that I use or buy to actually fund my life, travel the world, buy nice cars, and do whatever that I want, guys. To break it down, guys, I'm going to explain everything that is happening here and what are all these options over here and which one is the best option for you and which one I definitely recommend that you use because I use to change my life. As you guys know, I've actually moved from South Africa to Dubai, and ever since I've been in Dubai, guys, nothing has been the same. I'm now able to withdraw 206,000 USD from my personal accounts, and this was all possible because I'm now able to fund my personal accounts huge amounts of money and make huge amounts of profits simply because I found a working formula. FundedNext actually has something very amazing, right? Besides the fact that they're giving you 15% performance reward, FundedNext actually guarantees that they will pay you 1,000 USD if you have not received your payout in 24 hours. And if it's 48 hours, that's 2,000 USD. Every 24 hours that you're not receiving a payout, they're basically increasing with $1,000 to your pending payout, which is something very amazing. Now, I want to talk about this 15% performance reward. We have something called a stellar 2-step account, which is one of the best options for myself, whereby you are having a 15% performance reward before you even get to make a withdrawal. Once you fund it, if you bought a $6,000 account, already you have secured $170, so forth, so on. And if you also bought a 100k USD account and you go to the funded stage, guys, that means you have already secured 1,950. And lastly, if you bought a 200k USD account, you have already secured $3,900. For somebody who doesn't understand how does this work and how is this calculated, I'll show you something that is crazy. You earn from the profits you made during the challenge phases. For example, phase 1 and phase 2. Normally in most programs, guys, challenge profits don't go to you, they're just for evaluation. When it comes to FundedNext, guys, they give you 15% of the profits you made in those phases once you pass and get funded. For example, let's say for instance you are trading a 100k USD account, or you've chosen to buy a 100k USD package, right? When you pass phase 1, which the profit target is 8%, you make 8,000. And when you pass phase 2, which the profit target is 5%, you make 5,000. 8,000 plus 5,000 is equal to total profit 13,000 USD. Now 15% of 13,000 USD, 1,950, which is how they calculated those 15% rewards that you get on each account size that you choose. So basically what it means, guys, you get the 195 as a bonus once you're funded. Now, what does that mean, guys? Let me give you guys a clearer example, even in more detail, when you get to actually withdraw once you are funded. What happens if you actually withdraw 10,000 USD on your 100k account? After you're funded, normal withdrawals work under profit split rule. On a 10,000 profit withdrawal, your share is 80%, which is 8,000 USD. The firm gets 20%, which is 2,000 USD. This is separate from the 15% challenge reward. So your total profit, if you pass plus withdraw 10k USD, is 1,950 one-time bonus for passing the challenge. Secondly, 8,000 USD, your share from the 10,000 funded account withdrawal. In total, guys, what goes to your pocket is 9,950, which is literally the same as 10k USD. Name one program that actually does this, guys. FundedNext is crazy, guys. I don't want to lie. This is one of the reasons why I actually love trading with FundedNext, guys. Going back to the challenges, profit target number 1, 8%. Profit target number 2 is 5%. Then you're funded. Now, what are the cons, guys? You need to learn on how to be a trader. You need to work on your skills, because your overall loss, guys, actually refers to a total amount your account can decrease from initial balance over your entire trading cycle. It is calculated considering both the results of the open and close trades. Once this limit is exceeded, your account will be marked as failed. What that means is that if overall you take losses each and every day and they amount to 10%, then you have lost. For example, on a 100k account, you should never reach 10,000 loss overall, but your daily loss is only 5,000, meaning that in a day you are not allowed to lose 5,000. FundedNext allows you to trade news. Everything is ticked, especially on the Stellar 2-step. Secondly, you have something called a performance reward up to, which is your profit split, guys. Your profit split can actually push all the way up to 95. This can only happen if obviously the prop firm sees your consistency, sees your skill, and sees your strategy that is working for you. Then it'll actually scale you up until 95. And your minimum trading days are 5 days. This means each and every step that you take, you have to trade for 5 days. It means that you should never trade one day and expect to pass, guys. That is definitely gambling. That is not what these liquidity firms actually want, guys. Lastly, you're going to wait 21 days before you can get your first withdrawal. But nonetheless, your payout is definitely guaranteed. And if they take 24 hours after the 21 days passes without you receiving your payout, you are getting an extra 1,000 USD, which is something that they make sure to bypass the con that they have for waiting 21 days to receive your payout. Overall, guys, it sets each other out, which is amazing. One of the best things, guys, this is actually also one of the cheapest prop firms, guys. You can use $59 to get 6,000 instead of just funding $100 or $60, guys. Just buy a prop firm, use the link in the description below, buy a prop firm, change your life. Make sure to also join my Telegram channel, whereby I give you guys free signals and also help you guys pass your challenges and be able to make money. Let's talk about one step, guys. It's also one of the best if you actually have a high skill. This is definitely not for beginners or intermediate traders. First of all, 15% reward for 6,000 is 90, $15,000 account is 222, for 100k account is 1,500, for 200k account is 3,000. Why? Because they are calculated from only 10%. You only need to reach 10%, one step, and then after that you are funded. This also means that your maximum loss overall is 6%, which is literally 4% lower than your two-step Stellar account, which is also something that is very difficult if you are not a professional trader, guys. And also your daily loss is only 3%. This is one of the reasons why I don't normally trade the one-step account, guys, mainly because the margin for you to actually lose 3% is very, very low. For instance, guys, if you have a 100k account, if you lose only 3,000, you are definitely out of the game. That is something that is not easy to do. News trading is also allowed on all accounts. Your profit split can reach up to 95%. Minimum trading days is only 2 days, guys. And lastly, your withdrawal also comes in just 5 days. The prices are slightly higher than two-step, mainly because it's only one step for you to get funded, which is 65 here, 569 for 100k accounts. And also, guys, we have a Stellar Lite. A Stellar Lite is the same as a two-step. The difference is there's no 15% reward that you get before you actually receive your total withdrawal once you fund it. Most firms are like this. Their prices are very, very cheap, which is the price that I spoke about in the beginning. For as little as $32, you can buy a $5,000 account, and also you can buy a 100k or 200k account for $798 or $399, which is equivalent to $400. Everything is almost the same, but not exactly to the T. Your profit target is 8%. Phase 2 is 4%, which is lower than your standard Stellar two-step, which is 5%. This one is 1% lower. Overall drawdown, guys, 8%. Obviously, is 2% lower than Stellar, which is 10%. And maximum loss is also 4%, which is 1% lower than your Stellar 5% daily loss. News are allowed 5 minimum trading days, and you also have to wait 21 days before you get your first withdrawal. Bear in mind, guys, this is just for your first withdrawal. And lastly, we have something called Stellar Instant, guys. This is your instant account. Yo, this one this one is not for the weak. This one, let me tell you why. First of all, you only have 3 options: 5,000, 10,000 and 20,000. Automatically, guys, you are skipping one step, two step for you to even get funded. You are exactly going to get funded, but this is not for the weak. What do I mean? First of all, your overall loss is 6%. For 5,000 overall, you're not supposed to lose $300. That is not very easy, guys. Your 20,000, you're not supposed to lose 1,200 overall loss. There's no daily loss, but there's something called a trailing max loss. It's actually one of the reasons why I don't use the instant funding, guys. It's not really easy to understand, but I'll give you guys an example on how to understand this, right? News are allowed, weekend holdings are allowed. You can receive up to 80% profit split once you're making a withdrawal. You can get withdrawal on demand. There's no consistency rule. And lastly, you do not receive a refundable fee after you pay. One thing I love about all these challenges, guys, is that you actually receive a refund once you get your withdrawal, guys, which is something that is very crazy. And one of the reasons why I solely recommend Stellar two-step. 15%, you receive your money back, and bro, the challenges are just easy. The conditions are just easy to understand, and they're simply the best. Click the link in the description below, get funded, and change your life. I'm going to analyze gold in a minute, but firstly, let me talk about the trailing stop that is from the Stellar Instant, right? What does the trailing max loss limit actually mean? This is the maximum you can lose in total on the account. For example, on a 10,000 Stellar Instant account, max overall loss is 6%, which is $600. If your account equity in bracket balance plus open trades ever goes below 9,400, you fail. Now let me give you the difference between fixed and trailing drawdown. Fixed drawdown, the max loss is set only for a starting balance. For example, $10,000 account, 6% loss is 9,400. Even if you grow the account to 12,000, the limit stays as $9,400. Let's talk about the trailing drawdown, right? The one in the screenshot that I'm showing right here, the one from the screenshot that I'm showing right here, guys, right? The max loss moves up as your equity grows. Example on the 10,000 account, you're starting with your max loss 9,400, right? If you grow the account to 11,000 USD, from 10,000 to 11,000, the new max loss is 10,400. They actually trail from your peak performance, which is obviously your what? Your balance plus open trades. If you later drop to 9,800, you failed already because you validated the trailing limit. Basically, as you make profits, your safety net also rises, guys, but it never moves back down. Why Profirm use this, guys? It protects the firm because you can't give back too much profit after making gains. It forces consistency and risk control. In summary, guys, trading means your maximum loss is not only from initial balance but also follows your equity peak upward. So the higher you grow the account, the less room you have for a drawdown, which is something that is very difficult to maintain if your skill is not at par. Now let's analyze gold and call it a day, guys. Right, looking at gold, guys, I'm going to go to a clean new chart. For those who don't know, guys, every time when we analyze, we always make sure that we start from a daily time frame. And before we even start, guys, we need to understand the market, guys. We need to learn to read the markets and be able to learn to read the chart. I obviously also have to switch to line chart. From candlestick, I switch to line chart just to remove the noise and understand how the market's been performing, guys. As you guys can see, since 2023, guys, gold has been in an upward for pretty much a long time. So overall, we understand first thing that gold has been bullish, but this year the market has been stagnant a bit. We have been hitting new higher highs. However, guys, as you guys can see based on the analysis here, gold is currently stuck inside this consolidation, but overall it is slightly going towards the upside. What do I mean by that? Even though we are inside this consolidation, guys, gold has slightly been moving towards the upside. If you watch this carefully, you can clearly see that gold has been slightly going towards the upside because we are able to see that we are in a bullish trend, right? I'm just only going to simply mark this trend. Doesn't need to be perfect, and I can already see that I'm in a bullish trend. Now I'm going to switch back to candlestick, right? As you guys can see, I was literally avoiding things like this, whipsaws and wick creations, guys. That is why I always like to use line chart before I dive in deeper into the market. Now let's go to the 4-hour time frame. In the 4-hour time frame, guys, we're going to look at the market even clearer right now, guys, right? So I'm seeing a lot of levels and a lot of sensitive areas, right? First of all, I'm going to use zones, guys. I'm first going to find something called a demand zone. A demand zone is an area whereby buyers are coming in, guys, and right here, this is my demand zone. As you guys can see, every time the market reaches here, most of the time the market always pushes all the way towards the upside. I also have another sensitive area from over this point over here as well, because from this particular area the market has also been giving me a lot of retests. And from the top over here, guys, we are having something called a supply zone. Every time the market reaches this particular area, the market always reverses towards the downside, which is the same as the analysis I showed you guys when I started my video. My anticipation from here, guys, so obviously from who we are, the market can actually reverse towards the downside and go back towards the upside. This can also mean that the market can actually try to build enough momentum. That is if the market doesn't break above, give us a retest, go back, retest, and then shoot all the way towards the upside. There's always a possibility and a probability, guys. Don't force your predictions on the market. Wait for the market to lead you, and you simply going to follow. If you obviously want to have more of the analysis and more of my signals, make sure to click the link in the description below. Join my Telegram. You're going to see this on a daily basis, guys. I'm also going to make sure that, guys, I'm also going to stay consistent and make sure that I'm going to upload each and every day, because we only have 4 months left before the year ends, guys. Now let me go to 30 minutes, which is where I obviously look for my entry opportunities, right? Now diving in deeper into smaller time frames, guys, I can see that on the current market price where we are, guys, the market has been also in a bit of a slight consolidation towards the upside, right? Looking at this, the market has 2 ways of reacting, guys. For those who are looking for entry opportunities, you have to know which area will you look for your entry opportunities. For those who are first looking for sales, you need to understand that you need to wait for yourselves to break aside the trend, give you a retest. That is when you can anticipate sales. From this particular area over here, this will be your sell zone, guys. And why am I saying this? Mainly because, guys, the market has created an area whereby, since we've been in a bullish momentum inside this trend, the moment we break aside, give us a retest, then we're expecting the market to continuously go towards the downside to collect enough liquidity and collect enough volume to actually push back up and break this particular area that we have over here. Secondly, we can also anticipate buys, right? We're simply going to wait for the market to lead us, and we're not going to force our predictions on the market. Secondly, the market can break above, give you a retest, and we're obviously expecting a push towards the upside, which is going to be my second buying opportunities. I'm not going to force my predictions. I'm going to wait for the market to give me that nice entry opportunities. I also do have a lot of confirmations that I use, which will be hosted under my mentorship, guys. I've actually haven't been teaching people for pretty much a long time, but we're actually going to bring back mentorship, so you don't want to miss out. As long as you're in my Telegram, then you're definitely going to find when we're going to start a mentorship and also trading together, right? So for those who want to enter your buys, guys, wait for the particular areas. Make sure your stop loss and your risk to reward ratio is positive. Overall, expect the market to break above and continue pushing. And if you're looking for sales, you need to understand where is your sell zone and how much are you willing to lose, and most importantly, how much are you willing to gain. Risk to reward ratio. This is what I have for gold, guys. If I'm going to anticipate what will the market have for me next week, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Look at this beautiful setup, man. I got a whole beautiful office. We're staying in a whole beautiful villa. And guys, keep it under wraps, man. The goats got some whips. Nice whips. Bought cash. And these whips, you can't get them from South Africa, guys. So, in simple terms, we're the only South African traders that bought these whips. And just like that, FS Got Your Mentor signing out.